Hi, my dear students, watch this video very attentively. A number of scientists who have contributed to the science of microbiology are given here. It's very useful for your daily living also. Don't forget to watch the video till the end and improve your knowledge enormously. Okay, let us move.
One another very interesting video has come now, that is milestones in microbiology. So here two important words are given. One is micro, another is bios, second one is bio, another one is logy. So micro means microscopic, that is 10 to the power of minus 6 meters. Second one is a bias. Micro means very small, very minute. Second one is bias. Bias means life. That means life which cannot be seen by our naked eye. Last one is root word is logy, that comes from logos, means study, that is study of microorganisms or study of organisms which are smaller, which are too smaller to be seen by our eyes. So what are these microorganisms? You see, virus is a kind of microorganism, bacteria in the same way, protozoans, algae, fungi or fungi. So 5 kinds of microorganisms are going to be studied in a microbiology. Here milestones in microbiology. What are the different contributions of scientists in the field of microbiology we are going to study? So here we study about diseases caused by virus, bacteria, protozoan, algae and fungi. Okay. First of all, we are going to study the contributions of Antony van Leeuwenhoek in the field of microbiology, a very prominent scientist. So he was a Dutch microbiologist. Dutch microbiologist, whatever you call means. So he is from Netherlands. In olden days it was called Dutch. Now he is called a Dutch microbiologist because he belonged to Netherlands. Second one is he discovered minute organisms under microscope. We call them as protozoans. Proto means first formed animals, and his illustrations are given here. That's why we call them as animalcules. He discovered the first living cells, first microorganisms, living microorganisms, and he called them a micro-animalcules. Here, cule means very minute, very small animals he observed under microscope. His next contribution, you see, he discovered bacteria. Another one is he discovered spermatozoa. You see sperm here, the male cell, the male reproductive cell which is now fertilized, it is being fertilized with the egg. So he was the first person to observe spermatozoa or sperms. Another contribution, he observed muscle fibers under microscope, the first person to observe. He observed red blood cells under microscope. Then he observed the flow of blood in microcapillaries also. Capillary means the smallest blood vessels, arteries in the form of arterioles, veins in the form of venules. So this we call as capillaries. He observed the blood flowing capillaries also. So these were his It is a very big question. So no doubt the father of microbiology is Antonio Leeuwenhoek. The next important scientist in this regard is Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner is called the father of immunology. So Edward Jenner. So the present day vaccines are all because of his efforts. So sorry, you are seeing a very dreadful disease, that is smallpox. So this kind of dreadful disease was eradicated from this world because of his efforts. So he found a kind of a smallpox among cattle that is called cowpox. So he found that the milkmaid who is with a cow was not at all getting smallpox. Everybody is getting, but she is not getting cowpox. So he found that she got immunity from that cowpox. So that's why she was not getting smallpox. So here you can see three important names: Sarah Names and James Phipps. The milkmaid name was Sarah Names. James Phipps was the name of this boy, 8-year-old boy to whom the scientist gave the first smallpox vaccine. That's why he is called father of immunology. He invented this smallpox vaccine, responsible for the eradication of smallpox all over the world. That's why he is called father of immunology. Immunity means resistance against the disease. Here again two words are immuno plus ology. The study of immunity called immunology. He is considered the father of immunology. Next important scientist whose contribution we have to mention here, that is Robert Koch. Koch, he was also responsible for a lot of contribution to this field. So he discovered anthrax, a bacterial disease. That anthrax causes disease among cows, among sheep, among human. Four important principles he told. First one is the microorganism must be present in all cases of the disease. If you want to confirm that certain bacteria or virus is causing certain disease, that should be confirmed by these 4 points. Then only we relate the pathogen with the disease causing organism with the disease. For example, coronavirus is there. How can we say that virus is causing this disease? Because of these 4 principles. Second principle is the pathogen can be isolated from the diseased host and can be grown in pure culture. So we have to isolate or separate the pathogen from the person who is suffering from the disease, and that pathogen or bacterium, virus, fungus or protozoan can be cultured, can be grown in the laboratory. Then third principle was the pathogen from the pure culture must cause the disease. If you take this pathogen from the lab and put in some animal or human body, that should cause the same disease. Fourth thing is the pathogen must be re-isolated from the new host. So these 4 principles are very important basis for confirming that certain bacterium, fungus, protozoan or algae is causing certain disease in any animal or human being. is Louis Pasteur. He belonged to France, microbiologist. So he put forth the germ theory of diseases. So according to this theory, microorganisms known as pathogens or germs can lead to disease. This is a theory. Here the important word is pathogen. Pathogen. This word again is in the same way, germ word is there. Germ means any microorganism that may be a virus, fungus, bacterium, protozoan, so which causes disease. So according to him, certain pathogen might be responsible for a disease. Previously people were thinking that diseases were caused by curse or by air or something else, but he was a person who first demonstrated that diseases are caused by germs. Diseases were caused by germs. So next one, he discovered a bacteria which were responsible for the infection of silkworm eggs. Silkworm eggs, you can see eggs here. Next one, he invented a fowl cholera vaccine. Fowl cholera vaccine. So you can see the fowl cholera would be like this. So here a lot of mouth and nasal discharge is going on. So here wattle and as a comb became a swollen and black. So against which he invented a vaccine, fowl cholera vaccine, and he invented a anthrax vaccine. This is anthrax bacterium which causes disease among animals and human beings. And he invented rabies vaccine. Rabies, you know, the virus diseases caused by dog bite. So that virus transmits through the blood and finally reaches the central nervous system and brain, causes brain infection. So virus transmitted by infected saliva through bite or wound, against which he invented one vaccine. So next one, he discovered a fermentation process, that is conversion of glucose into alcohol is called fermentation. Now this is an industry. So microbial fermentation he discovered. So next one, he introduced the process, very famous process called pasteurization. So these days milk, fruit juices, vegetable juices and alcoholic products are pasteurized so that they should not be contaminated by any microorganisms. So what is the process is they boil the liquid to 72 degrees Celsius or 162 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds, then suddenly cooled down to 3 degrees Celsius. So then what will happen? The microorganisms, anything that him regarding penicillin discovery. So he was doing experiments in 1928 on a Staphylococcus aureus, a kind of bacterium in the lab, Staphylococcus aureus, and he found that bacterium was killed by something else, some mold. That's what we call as a Penicillium notatum. This is a fungus, Penicillium notatum. This is under culture. So individual hypha of Penicillium notatum will be like this. So you can see it is looking like a paintbrush. That's why the name Penicillus or penicillium is given. So from there he discovered an important poisonous element that killed the Staphylococcus bacterium. It was penicillin. So afterwards, two important scientists, Howard Florey and Ernest Chain, they isolated the penicillin from this fungus and invented a production method where a lot of penicillin was started production. So like this penicillin production was invented by these two scientists. This was responsible for treatment of wounded soldiers during Second World War. It saved millions of soldiers during the Second World War, this penicillin. So in 1945, Nobel Prize in Medicine was given to these three important scientists, Sir Alexander Fleming, Chain and Florence. Next important scientist is Yella Pragada Subbarao. He is an Indian. He is from Bhimavaram of Godavari districts. He discovered he ascribed ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, as the energy source. One important discovery. Second one, methotrexate drug he invented for the treatment of cancer. So he invented tetracycline, fluorotetracycline antibiotics. So next one he invented his disciple Benjamin Duggar. He invented aureomycin, a new kind of antibiotic, and also the cheapest production methods for the folic acid tablets are very, very important for patients who are suffering from anemia or less hemoglobin in the blood, and for pregnant ladies this folic acid has helped them a lot, in especially in rural areas of India. Great scientist Jonas Edward Salk. You can see him holding a vaccine in his hands. So he invented IPV, that is injectable polio vaccine, poliomyelitis vaccine. Inactivated a virus he introduced into the body of the human being, especially children, responsible for eradication of polio virus almost all parts of the world. So one special thing about him is that he said there is no patent, could you patent the sun? So he did not accept a patent for this vaccine. He gave this vaccine free of cost to the entire world and to the entire humanity. So a very, very great scientist. Next scientist we are going to know about. But Bruce Savin is also a very well-known scientist who invented oral polio vaccine. We see OPV, that is a oral polio vaccine. Vaccine drops are given, polio drops are given. So this is also responsible for eradication of polio in almost all parts of the world except a few countries. So next scientist we are going to know about. Who invented a vaccine against tuberculosis, a very, very dreadful disease which eats up lungs. So X-ray is the best diagnosis procedure for diagnosing TB or tuberculosis. So against which he invented a BCG vaccine from some a different less virulent kind of mycobacterium. So we call it as BCG. B means Bacillus, C means comet, G means Guerin, Bacillus, comet, Guerin. Why we call Bacillus? Because bacteria
that is the relationship between mosquito and malaria was first of all discovered by, previously it was called malaria mole. That is disease is due to bad air, mole plus air, that is malaria. But after his discovery, the world has got saved from that malaria because of the control of malaria, control of mosquito. If you control mosquito, malaria can be controlled. That was discovered by him. He discovered life cycle of Plasmodium parasite. Actually, malaria is caused by a protozoan called Plasmodium. That Plasmodium life cycle has two stages. One is in a mosquito, another in human beings. He discovered life cycle in mosquito. So this is the building where he discovered, where he was there. He was a British doctor. He was there appointed as an Indian doctor. On 20th August 1897, he confirmed that mosquitoes spread malaria. So where Institute of Parasitology is a So here in 1902, for this he got a Nobel Prize in Medicine. Nobel Prize in Medicine. So I think you have understood the contribution of different scientists, and after this you write down the names of the scientists and their contributions as a very short notes, so that recapitulation will become a successful thing. After this you see the fast revision of these scientists and their contributions.